Welcome back. This is Nick Tasteless Plot. We're in Seoul, Korea right now at the Apratech Intel Classic, the largest tournament in Korea with the largest prize pool. It's a real honor to be down here casting these games for all of you. We are halfway through today's games. They've all been action-packed and very intense. The results so far flash. Completely dominating Haya, and the same was true with Lucifer against Child. Lucifer making Protoss versus Zerg look pretty easy. The next game we've got coming up here is Anytime versus DrAgOoN. Anytime, a very well-known player. He did manage to defeat Baby previously in the event, and now here he is taking on DrAgOoN. I think this is going to be a tough battle for DrAgOoN. DrAgOoN, more known as a team player for the pro team he represents. I don't believe he practices also as much as other players, and that's something that he's proud of. He seems to be able to remain consistent without the constant training, although obviously there is some limit to how much he could, you can not train in StarCraft if you're on a pro team. You are required to play for a certain amount of time every day. Now, the first map is going to be Coliseum, so I think we may expect to see a similar build, a similar build from what Lucifer did in that previous game. I think we could expect to see Anytime do the similar type of opening. Now, I'm curious as to how DrAgOoN is going to do that. It doesn't seem that most of these Zerg players have caught on to the very simple Zealot Rush while they fast expand build, which has proven to be very effective on the Coliseum. Now, neither player has joined, actually. We did get them in here a few minutes late during our break, so I might be rambling on like this for a little bit longer than normal. By the way, special thanks to our sponsors. We really appreciate you guys making this possible. Everybody down there at Intel. Go buy an Intel computer. Go do it. Because of people like Intel, pro gaming events are possible. So we really appreciate all the support we can get. And of course, thank you. If we don't get hits on this, we would not be able to bring more StarCraft events in the future. So we appreciate the support. Now, we're still waiting for these guys to join the game. Maybe they're beating the single player first before they decide to enter. But I think we should be getting this done soon enough. Anytime is one of these players who's he's got excellent micro and is really able to pull off. Okay, that confused me for a second. He's really able to pull off some very interesting strategies. Some that we really haven't seen that many other Protoss players do, like the time that he beat Yellow by constantly flooding him with Dark Templars. Managed to make hitless plays that time. Very interesting game. DrAgOoN we know a little bit less about. He's just not in the limelight as much. But he's certainly good. He was, of course, seeded into the tournament. Like most of the gamers I've been broadcasting for you guys today, more than half of them have been seeded. They did get auto-birthed into the halfway point of the tournament because they were so accomplished. It wasn't really necessary for them to work their way up at the 128 marker. Anytime. I think most people recognize Anytime for his excellent Protoss versus Terran. At least that's what sticks out in my mind when I think of Anytime, although he's certainly very strong at the other matchups. I have been told by some people, because to be honest, I have not seen very many of DrAgOoN's games, that he's got a pretty aggressive style. We'll see if he sticks with such an aggressive style on a map like this. And I think pretty soon here, okay, now we do have DrAgOoN in the game, so I think Anytime is going to be joining here within a few minutes. I certainly hope everyone at home is enjoying the games. It's a lot of fun broadcasting these games. And just so you guys know, I am not the only English StarCraft caster. There are many others out there. Check YouTube or check the TSL hosted by Team Liquid. I think, what else can I say? What else can I fill this void of time with until this game gets started? Anytime is definitely one of these players who's pretty consistent, pretty strong, It doesn't really have any weak points, so to speak. He generally doesn't make any critical decisions late game, for instance, that would cause him to lose. He's not a player who might be able to outmass you, but miscontrols his army. He's just all around solid. And he's been around here for a while. He really started becoming a really big deal after he was defeating Nada. I don't know. I don't remember which Star League it was in, but it was a while ago. But yeah, he's been growing in popularity ever since then. He also has a lot of adoring female fans. Oh, and I see he's joined the game as well. So I think we're going to get this going here pretty soon. I'm wondering if this hatchery first build that a lot of these Zerg players have been doing is the way to go on a in a matchup like this, on a map like this. I'm curious to see if Zergs are going to start doing something else pretty soon here as the metagame on these maps evolves. And special thanks, of course, again to GOMTV for hosting this event. We really appreciate it. And expect to see many more of these in the future. Also, try to check out the WoW tournaments. We have 2 games a week of those, so feel free to take a peek at that. And I think we're going to get this game going, so let's get ready. Here we go, anytime at the bottom right. And that gives us, of course, DrAgOoN at the bottom left. Now, do not be confused. DrAgOoN is not the Protoss player. That is anytime. Now, why did a Zerg player name himself DrAgOoN? That is one of the great mysteries of the StarCraft universe. And pretty soon here, we're going to see exactly what type of build orders will unfold here. I doubt we're going to see the Protoss proxy gate, even though it's certainly a possibility, simply because this build that all these Protoss players have been doing on this map seems to be pretty solid, to the point where there's really no need to do something that would be so aggressive that you could risk losing the game early on. Now we're getting a shot at both of these players. Anytime always has that same facial expression before each game starts. Also note he will find his opponent pretty quickly. Did he actually spot the creep there? All right, I think we may have seen Anytime make a small mistake here, which could turn out to be pretty big, unless I'm confused. I do believe that he did not spot the creep. He pulled out too quickly. We saw something similar to this happen before. So now he's wasting an additional probe as he scouts. This is not good at all. Anytime wasting another probe, which is unnecessary, he's going to realize his mistake right away. Yeah, and as you can see, look at it, we're getting a shot of his own screen. You can see he realizes, oh crap, I pulled out too quickly. He is going to go ahead and fast expand. Now he realizes he is going to get 9 pulled. I'm pretty sure that he should be prepared for it, though, especially because you can wall in so easily on this map.
You have not enough minerals.
And rather than actually rushing, he is going to go ahead and try to get the scouting probe. Now, one advantage about 9 pulling is that the Protoss really loses intel before the Corsair comes out. And that's mainly because when the Zerglings get that speed upgrade, it's almost impossible to maneuver a scouting probe around. Expect to see a gateway here pretty soon. gateway and assimilator, of course. Looks like Anytime's going to try to sneak a probe out here, or at least check to see if there are any masked up Zerglings outside of his base. There are none. Many times if a player 9 pulls, there is a possibility that you're going to see a whole bunch of Zerglings, like maybe a little bit over a dozen, rush in there and try to kill you off, so that you really can't fast expand it successfully. But in this case, we are not going to see any such attempt by DrAgOoN. Probably a wise decision as well, considering that there's really, good players like this generally don't lose to something like this. Note that Anytime was not doing the build, which we had been seeing quite a bit of on this map, is instead going for the pretty typical fast expand build. Nothing out of the ordinary here. DrAgOoN going to go for another expansion. Pretty common to see Zerg get an extra expansion just to stay ahead. Zerg always want to be ahead at least by one expansion. Otherwise, if you end up even in expansions, it's usually a strong indicator that you're getting behind, that you're losing. Looks like he may try to catch that that Zealot. The lair is on the way, nearing completion. We don't see a Hydralisk Den just yet, or if he has one, we haven't gotten a shot of it just yet. Here is the Citadel, so we're going to see a different build than what we saw in the previous Protoss versus Zerg. Den and Spire. And it looks like, yeah, you look at this Overlord. The Zerg, of course, sacrificed the Overlord just so you can take a look at what's going on in his opponent's base. Look at Anytime's micro. Will he lose this? Oh, yeah, he will lose one Zealot, but I think that turned out to be a win for Anytime. He did manage to take out so many Zerglings. So Corsair DT, at least is the early game strategy here for Anytime. You can get that Corsair out and bully the Overlords into basically staying into the Zerg base. Meanwhile, you get that Dark Templar out, you have some map control. And we do see a lot of speed Zerglings up here. DrAgOoN remaking that he wants to keep control of any ground units coming out of that entrance. Oh man, he cannot. Okay, he's going to lose his Corsair, looks like. I believe. Look at that micro, though. If you can get the Corsair at just the right angle, if you can make him turn at just that right angle, you can delay the scores so they can't quite catch it. I think it's something like a 45-degree angle, and indeed he did manage to save that. Very impressive. Unfortunately, that is... Wow. I really thought he was going to lose it back there. Anytime, like I said, really has no major weakness, no Achilles heel that you can focus your attention on in order to beat him. Two Lurkers are out, and they are going to own up this gateway, I think. I assume that's what's going to happen. As we can see, Anytime's going to try to sneak this Dark Templar in here. But no, he might get it surrounded. Really bad news if you lose that first Dark Templar. You don't have that map dominance or even that defense that you wanted. But now he's going to go for the Templar tech. Looks like Anytime is confident he can break that entrance, or at least get to that expansion with that small number of units, I believe 4 Zealots and a Dragoon, which he very well may be able to do. 3 Corsairs out here. Dragoon will lose some Overlords. In fact, Dragoon losing a lot of Overlords, but the ground attack has failed. Wow, okay, a lot of very effective Overlord harassment here by Anytime. Really dealing a lot of damage here. And, oh, he still manages to get that last Overlord, though. Anytime, definitely getting a little bit of an advantage there. Even though he lost the bulk of his ground army, I think he got, I want to say, over maybe 4 Overlords. Very impressive. As we can see, Zerg is now entering this. This is a pretty typical Zerg tech tree, a very strong one to follow, though. This tech pattern. They're going to contain the Protoss with Lurkers and use Zerglings, so that since the Protoss is forced to get Dragoons, the Zerglings counter them pretty nicely. He'll upgrade to the Hive, get the Adrenaline upgrade, the Adrenal Glands, and basically stick with mostly Zerglings and Lurkers until his opponent breaks out, and then switch to Ultralists very quickly. Assuming that the Zerg can get a 4th gas, though. So right now, the Protoss's burden is to try to escape this Lurker contain, to try to break out, break free. Scorch are also going to make it very difficult. This will force Protoss to upgrade the Observer speed. Note that we can see Dragoon is using the Scourge, although I should really start calling them Scourge, since that's how you pronounce it. He's using that to keep his opponent contained. He can't even use shuttles to storm drop. I see Anytime is actually expanding at the top right. This is pretty smart, though, because if he does break the contain, he can automatically transfer probes as if the contain never even happened. Dragoon should really be looking out for that, though. This is not uncommon for Protoss players to do. And it looks like he actually is scouting for that. He has found it! And I think we may see a counterattack, or at least an attack on that expansion. This would be an ample opportunity for Anytime to break out. Anytime realizes the expansion has been spotted. He's going to try to break out now. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it, though. Those Zealots were not coming in there at the best angle. And losing Templars like this really hurts you. So many Lurkers out here. I'm surprised Dragoon hasn't used some Scourge to crash into those Observers. As you can see, a lot of Zerglings here for Dragoon. And it looks like he's breaking out of the contain now. Will he have enough, though? Are his upgrades in favor of holding off these Zerglings? There are a lot of them! Oh! My God! No, he did not! It failed! Unbelievable. Dragoon doing fantastic this game. Oh, easy, Dragoon. You haven't won just yet. Anytime, you can see very focused Dragoon. Man, look at that guy. He was probably a barbarian in a previous life. That guy is a beast. The Defiler's out. Plague's going to be very strong, as will Dark Swarm. And, yeah, I don't know if Anytime's going to be able to break this contain. Very nice Dark Swarm, but an equally nice Storm here by Anytime. He needs to get away from that Dark Swarm, though. The Dragoons are not going to do any damage underneath that. Another nice surround here by Dragoon. Anytime in terrible condition right now. Wow. Okay, so we see Overlord speed, of course, is already done. We may see drops used to keep the Protoss pinned. Look at this. Anytime is getting starved. He is going hungry. This is all he has is that expansion over there at the top right. The other expansions might as well be depleted. And he has to get his probes there. The only way he can do that is to break this contain. Here he comes now, moving out. And it looks like he may have managed to escape this. No. Look at this Plague. Oh, man, Plague. So strong against Protoss. They, of course, cannot heal their units. I think Anytime may be losing this. Although we don't see Dragoon taking up too much of the map. Or at least too quickly here. And Anytime has said good game. Well done by Anytime. Excuse me, not by Anytime. I couldn't even believe myself. Dragoon, the beast. Damn, that guy could kick some ass in person. He is a monster, man. Anytime is down one game. Can he come back and win this? We're going to find out here in a minute or two. I would be surprised if Anytime did get eliminated. Anytime, of course, getting in the top 4 of the GSI. No small feat. Wow. Okay, very typical play here by Dragoon. Standard Lurker Contain with Zerglings. And then we saw some great Defiler usage there at the end. I am very impressed. I think it's going to be tough now for Anytime, unless he can really play, or at least bring his A game in this next round. Andromeda is, of course, a different map, though. You are able to secure another expansion, so Lurker Contain. I don't know how they messed up that chair. By the way, I just got owned. Did not see that the game was about to start there. Oh, busted. Put that cell phone away. Cell phone camera, everything else it does. Cell phones are so advanced now. Microwave, it can do anything. Phaser. Especially in Korea, man. This place is so technologically advanced. I'm sure we'll have flying cars down here in a few years. You just wait. So what is Dragoon going to do to seal this win, assuming that he can win it right now? Will he take the risk, since he's already ahead one game, and play very, very aggressively? Anytime, unfortunately for him, not scouting in the right direction. So he will probably have to get his Forge out first, since that's what Protoss have to do if they haven't found their opponent in time. And again, double scout. We've been seeing that a lot today. It's funny, why is the scout in StarCraft called the scout? That is like the last unit you would use to scout with. I mean, think about it. I mean, it is slow, doesn't deal any damage. They should really call like the scout the noob or something, because that's more like fitting for its role. Sorry, I was just having a revelation about that as I refer to that probe as a scout. Well, looks like Anytime has found him, and now he can get that Nexus out. Anytime, kind of in a difficult situation here. Really needs to come back with a win here. Note, DrAgOoN has sent 2 drones out, not uncommon. Meanwhile, Anytime will force him to not get this hatchery, or at least delay it for as long as possible. Remember, though, that the probe is very weak in health, and he wants to try to keep that alive for as long as possible. Looks like he just let him go ahead and expand there now, once all the probe's shields were gone. Six Zerglings for our Protoss, or for our Zerg. Whoa! Ooh, did I just do that? Ooh, careful, Tasteless. You're gonna lose your job. And yes, I do talk to myself in third person like a crazy man, like Bob Dole or something. Well, DrAgOoN is going to have to make his... what was I talking about? Sorry, those kids distracted me. Yeah, DrAgOoN is going to have to identify what the Protoss tech pattern is, and then respond accordingly. It looks like we're going to see the layer here after the third hatch. This is also a pretty common by-the-book build. Now, unfortunately for DrAgOoN, he has not managed to get rid of that scouting probe. He does not have the speed upgrade this time either, which is going to make it a little bit harder. Oh, never mind. He did manage to get it now. So now Anytime's going to be in the dark. How is Anytime going to play this out? That is the million-dollar question. Looks like he is, well, he was going to rush and force his opponent to make a few more Zerglings. He's now going to back off. Stargate on the way. I think Anytime might want more probes in his expansion. It looks kind of naked, but in a non-sexy Protoss naked way, more in a like, oh, you need to get more probes there, and less in your main kind of way. And DrAgOoN, this seems to be part of his style. He will always sack one Overlord early on in order to gain some intelligence about what his opponent's doing, so he can tech accordingly. Again, no DrAgOoN or Corsair Reaver. And here's the Spire on the way. We may see a pretty similar tech to last time, although no fourth hatch just yet, or if it's there, we haven't gotten a shot of it yet. Templar Archives on the way. Well, the Hydralisks are out now. He's going to be able to defend this Corsair harassment. And I think that, well, Spire just got done, so I don't see all the larvae morphing to eggs, so maybe now we're going to see Mutalisks. Okay, right now. I thought maybe we were going to see some type of lurker or Hydralisk tech, but I guess not. When all the eggs make it once like that, it usually means you're going to see Mutalisks. Second Corsair out, not a bad idea either. He really cannot afford to lose that Corsair. Is he able to save this one too? Let's see if he can steer it around, if he can dodge these Corsairs. Oh, it's so close. Oh, he's going down. Tell my wife I love her. Well, with the one Corsair down like that, the Mutalisk harassment will be a little bit more effective. Maybe not too effective, though. So the Mutalisks are out. Now it's going to be up to the Protoss to defend from this Mutalisk harassment. And as we can also see, Protoss is definitely going to be prepared to hold off that attack. I'm surprised, though. DrAgOON's timing for the Mutalisk seemed a little bit off. Normally you see 9 Mutalisks come out right away. We don't see that many over here this time. And that may make this harassment a little bit less effective. Look at that great positioning there, though, by the Corsairs. Covered by the cannons, of course. One of the main reasons why we're seeing these Overlords sent up here to the top right is because DrAgOON is binding one Overlord in that group so that the Mutalisks clump together a little bit more. Nice picking up a few more probes. Look at that great micro. StarCraft 2-on-2 players who play Zerg normally have fantastic Mutalisk micro because they're required to use Mutalisk so much. Not the best storms, though, coming from anytime. Oh! I wasn't expecting that. That is one danger, though, about clumping the Mutalisks together like that, is they really take hard hits from splash damage. One Dark Templar is out. It looks like he might be able to sneak in here at the hidden expansion. Zerg takes that expansion so that he can put a bunch of sunken colonies and then secure the other expansion at the top right, which is pretty good. Oh, nice. Drone actually disappears rather than gets the death animation. Not uncommon to happen to the drone when he pops out of the egg. Anytime really not doing a good job of keeping his DTs alive in this series. And wow, a lot of hatches here for DrAgOON. DrAgOON probably going to go with a low-tech mass unit build. Once again, another Corsair. It looks like it may be lost by Anytime. Anytime just not really bringing his A game right now. I don't know if it's just not his day or what. With DrAgOON securing this location over here at the top right, I think Anytime's going to be in for a tough ride. Now, obviously, Anytime's aware of that, that there was an expansion being taken over there, but one issue is that there's really nothing that Anytime can do at this moment in time but sit back and defend. That's the burden Protoss is faced with at this point in time in the game. Now, note that DrAgOON also expanded on Anytime's side of the map rather than DrAgOON's side of the map, and that's because late game Anytime will not have an expansion to go to at the top right, and will instead be forced to the islands. It's almost impossible for Protoss to expand at the top left. They don't have the mobility to cover a location like that. Doesn't mean it won't happen. It's just very difficult, very unlikely. Nice here by Anytime, though. He knows he can position Templars on the low ground and just keep storming the drones there. +2 for Anytime. 2 forges going, too. Here comes a big attack. Nice storms by Anytime, though. Anytime storms have just been excellent. Now he's moving out. There's the Panda Bear guy. Don't worry, he won't get stormed. And, oh, bad Mutalist control here. DrAgOoN not doing well at all, despite the fact that he had excellent positioning in this series. Looks like we're going to see a counterattack coming from DrAgOoN, though. Not a bad idea. Here comes Anytime's probe zone to try to defend. And can he hold this off? It would be huge. Yes, he will. A big blunder here by DrAgOoN. Nothing going right for DrAgOoN right now. He is rapidly losing control of this game. Scourge coming out here. They got to get these observers. Oh, nice. Nice by him. Now Anytime cannot attack this main. Very impressive so far by our player. Well, actually, both players playing very well. Now going to use a few Zerglings over here. And I don't know why he sent that out. There just was not enough units there. In his control to actually take that on. Clearly not hotkeying the Zerglings, judging from the lines at which they're running in. Wow, lots of hatcheries. Hatcheries are in right now. With the Adrenal upgrade that the Zerglings will probably have it already now. They're going to be very strong against Anytime's army. As we can see, +1 armor now for Anytime. I believe +3 attack will be there soon enough. And whoa, here comes a big battle up here. Mostly Zerglings from DrAgOoN. And it looks like, although he is softening up the army, it looks like the winner in this small bout is going to be none other than Anytime. DrAgOoN really hasn't been able to utilize these expansions over here at the far right, far top right. The only way that Anytime can counter these massive amounts of Zerglings with the Adrenal upgrade is to get nothing but Zealots and Archons. Maybe a DrAgOoN and Templar here and there, but really it's mostly the Zealots and the Archons that are going to do it. +3 is now done. +2 armor, I'm sure, is on the way. Here comes a possible excellent surround. DrAgOon's getting pinned down here. The Archon in a location that is not too helpful. And I think DrAgOoN has definitely come out with a win there, even though his army is all gone, because the Protoss army has been softened up so much. Bear in mind, Protoss cannot replenish those units as quickly. And an Ultralisk Cavern is on the way. Now, I would bet that DrAgOoN has a lot of Vespian gas saved up right now. Reavers are out. Reavers, of course, countering the Zerglings very nicely. Making the Zergling combination, even with the Ultralisk, pretty much useless. But here come a few Lurkers to mix it up. Two-sided attack. Nice storms, though, by any time. Can he get to the Reavers, though? The Reavers dealing all the damage here. Oh, nice Reaver shot. And one Reaver down, and a second one gets taken out. Both Reavers are gone. Anytime has moved out too quickly here. DrAgOoN may actually beat Anytime in a humongous upset. I cannot believe my eyes right now. This was honestly the only game I was sure I already knew the winner for. A nice surround over here. One Archon taken out. DrAgOoN being a little bit sloppy with his units, but that's okay. He can afford to be kind of sloppy with his units. He will have a lot, and I mean a lot, of Ultralisks here very soon, I would postulate. Big drone transfer up here for DrAgOoN. And as you can see, the top right side of the map, pretty much invincible. I don't think Protoss can get in there. And Anytime is going for the center of the map in an attempt to catch up, securing 2 Vespian gas geysers. Wow. Very, very interesting play here. But can he hold the middle of the map? We'll find out in a second. Looks like Anytime's going to be the winner in this little battle. Not a wise decision here by DrAgOoN to keep those Zerglings in the fight. As you can see, DrAgOoN is getting ready to possibly do another attack over here. Reavers are over here as well. And, oh wow, what were you thinking, DrAgOoN? You can see that DrAgOon's late game decision making just nowhere near as good as his early game decision making. Here comes another attack. He needs to get these Reavers. We haven't seen him really do that yet, although he has picked off a Templar here or there. And another Reaver is dropped into the center of the map. Now, if Anytime secures the center of the map, that will be huge. I believe that will also be the first game we've seen here at the Avertech Intel Classic where somebody actually secures the middle and gets to utilize it. Center control. I can't believe my eyes. Now, DrAgOoN needs to stop wasting units. And look at this. Anytime going to go for a counterattack into the main. No lurkers here to defend it either. The Reavers in excellent position to deal a lot of damage. Here come the Ultralisks from behind. Anytime may, in fact, turn this game around and win. It's all going to be up to whether or not Anytime can actually keep those Reavers alive and deal all the damage he needs to deal. And one Reaver's down. Can he get the second? Will it matter? There are so many Zerglings here. And no. And looks like they're going to get this hatchery down here at the bottom left. Main expansion here. The desirable location. Anytime completely and totally out of control has popped back into this game. You can see by how many eggs are there that DrAgOon's macro is starting to fail. Here comes some more units now moving down. Did not manage to get that Reaver though. Now transferring some drones here too. What is DrAgOON doing? I have no idea. Other than losing way too many units. And finally the Reaver's been taken out. Now the Ultralisks can sit back and relax because the threat of Reavers over that expansion is no more. Now DrAgOON needs to counter-attack. He really, really needs to counter-attack. But I don't know where he can do that.
지금까지
Here we see DrAgOoN now going in for that counterattack. One Reaver over here. Can they get to the Reaver? No. No, they cannot. They're going to have to back off and fight another day. Now, even though DrAgOoN has lost his expansion, he's still ahead economically. But the center control is going to give the Protoss so much Vespian gas that I think Anytime could easily regain the econ advantage, no problem. And here comes a massive drop. I do believe this is a smart decision by DrAgOoN. A huge drop in the back of the base. He could take the gateways out, then do a counterattack to the center location. Note that Anytime is pretty far out, too, away from his base. And a Scorch! Oh, what are they doing? Nice! Taking out one shuttle. But once again, DrAgOoN attacking too soon with his units. And here comes the big drop now. Already losing one Overlord, though. Anytime seems to be somewhat prepared for a drop, but maybe not too prepared since this drop is going to work. And here comes the attack now. Can Anytime penetrate the main of DrAgOoN? Can DrAgOoN do enough damage to the main of Anytime's? Oh my god, I don't think so. I think Anytime may actually win this. If he gets up this ramp and gets all these hatcheries, gets the Zerg, the heart of the tech tree, oh man, I think this is going to be over. Wow. Yep. Anytime's already taken care of that attack. Looks like we're going to be going to Game 3 here. How soon? I'm not sure. It depends if DrAgOoN wants to try to survive off of this main at the top right. All the hatcheries have been destroyed. And here is Protoss expanding at the top left. Even though it's difficult to take, he can do it now because he's so far ahead. Look at that. He's almost mined out the left side of that main. Excellent play here by Anytime, getting those Reavers in there. And it looks like we do have some Speed Zerglings attacking that Nexus. The Panda Bear guy is even going over here to attack the Nexus. Anytime will be forced to cancel. Now, I'm pretty sure DrAgOoN has probably remade this tech tree somewhere. And really, DrAgOoN is in a very turtling position right now. I don't blame him. It's the only thing he can do. Nice storm drop here by Anytime, really maintaining the advantage he has. Anytime about to mine out a majority of his locations. DrAgOON's only hope is to keep zipping around the map with these Zerglings and Scourge for his... Oh! Whoa! Oh, man. That Archon caught that Scourge like he had a baseball glove on. Nice control here. Actually, no, I thought he was going to get that Archon. This is the only way Anytime can take out these expansions, is to push with the Reavers. Look at this. Now another attack over here. This is another location, obviously, that Zerg cannot afford to lose anytime. He knows he's going to win this. I think DrAgOoN already knows he's losing. More Ultras probably on the way out of there, or Zerglings. Could be either. I think we're going to see GG any second here. There's just nothing that our Zerg player DrAgOoN can do now to recover. The Ultras are out, but oh, too late indeed. Wow, look at this. And yeah, anytime is going to seal this game. There's just nothing that DrAgOoN can do about it. I'm surprised he hasn't left already. No offense, DrAgOoN. I know you could seriously hurt me in real life, so I won't say too many. I won't say too many bad things about you. And well, at least he's hanging on for dear life. He gets an A for effort there. And yeah, wow. Ultras got owned. When Zerg loses the Hive and all the buildings that are usually surrounding the Hive, like the Spire, the Defiler Mound, the Ultralisk Den, the Hydralisk Den, yada, 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 it really, really hurts them economically. Although, look at this. You know what? It's funny, actually. Anytime is about to mine himself out. And Anytime really needs to get this expansion up. On my mini-map, this screen's a little bit blurry. I'll have him fix it after this. It's the mini-map looked a little bit blurry. I thought Anytime, and in fact, secured an expansion at the top left. Now, if Anytime doesn't secure this expansion, maybe DrAgOoN could pull this game through. But I don't see how DrAgOoN can possibly attack that top left location. All Anytime has to do is park his army there for a little while. And there's really nothing he can do. Oh, this is not good for DrAgOoN. Once Anytime gets this, it's going to be bad news. Bad news, Bears. Bad news, Panda Bears, guys. And there it is. Good game. He knew it was over. We're going to go to Game 3 after a 2-minute break here. Anytime the winner has tied the score now. 1-1 here. Who's going to make it through here? Anytime or DrAgOoN? Stay tuned. We got some more great games coming up here in just a little bit at the GOMTV Avertech Intel Classic. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just Welcome back. It's going on to Game 3 now. Anytime versus DrAgOoN. Who is going to make it out of here? Will it be the infamous Protoss player Anytime, or will it be the underdog DrAgOoN? Who, by the way, is a Zerg player. It's tough to say, but only one will pass on. You can see the tension in both players' faces. They wasted no time starting that game. All right, the third map's Othello. This is a very interesting map with two very interesting players. Whoa, look out, there's a camera on you. She is turtling like crazy. Oh, now the other one might be turtling too. No, yeah, you keep on hiding. We were waiting for you to pop your head back up. All right, what was I talking about? Zerg's going to be setting the Overlord, unfortunately, in the wrong direction. And let's see here. Let's see where Anytime sends the probe. Is it also going to be in the wrong direction? Looks like it. Now, this isn't going to hurt either of the players considerably, but they will gather less intelligence on each other, or at least find out what each other are doing a little bit later on. Although Zerg pretty much can predict that Protoss is likely to fast expanding, a very strong opening. Note there is a neutral building near the entrance on Othello, so while the entrance is in fact very large, it is also, it does have that neutral building there. If the neutral building gets destroyed, it's a little bit harder to seal yourself off when you do the fast expoing build. Just something to bear in mind. I don't know if that's going to impact this game at all, if these players are going to utilize that, but... and as you can see, there's the forge, the neutral building below it. So they will be, or Anytime will be kind of walling off there. Now, Anytime is going to have to send out that second scouting probe. And as we can see, DrAgOoN is going to go for the 9 pull, the same build that won him the first game. This would be really good for DrAgOoN if he won this first series against Anytime. A very well-known, very well-respected Protoss player. Now, double cannon here. No, he has to get the cannons before the Nexus or the Gateway or anything else because the 9 pull is on the way. And, of course, DrAgOoN does take the drones off the gas. That way he will just have enough to upgrade the Zergling speed. Doesn't look like he's going to be offensive with it, though. Instead, he's going to use those speed Zerglings to hold off any type of scouting probe. And you can also see he's going to check this location, the high ground inside of his base. Note that only small units can fit back there due to a giant neutral building. And it looks as though Anytime will manage to sneak in now. He's going to see that his opponent is now continuing to make drones. So another cannon will probably not be necessary. And unfortunately, the scouting probes can be taken out pretty easily. Zerglings with speed, very difficult to deal with, very difficult to hold off. Now, the assimilator is on the way. We're going to see the cybernetics core next for the Protoss. Meanwhile, the Zerg, we have to kind of wait and see. Oh, he's going to get the den. Drone's already back in gas. He's all in. This game could end very quickly. Watch out. Like I said, the Zerg, they don't have quite as much restrictions on them as far as the tech pattern early on as Protoss do. We don't really see the Protoss branch out with the fast expanding build, the variations of it, until the cybernetics core finishes. So with that being said, what is DrAgOoN going to do? Well, DrAgOon's going to get the Hydralisk speed, possibly range 2, rush in here with some Zerglings and Hydralisks, of course, and try to break the entrance. If he breaks the entrance, it's pretty much over for Protoss. If Protoss holds it off, well, then Protoss will probably win. And as you can see, that's one of the reasons why we have such a large amount of Zerglings over here at the entrance. DrAgOoN does not want to, by any means, let a probe into his base. If Anytime spots a few Hydralisks sitting out here this early on, Anytime's going to know exactly what's going on. Interestingly enough, well, we haven't seen an additional cannon. Same, okay, so the Stargate's on the way. Normally Zerg attack right before the Corsair comes out, because that's right before they actually realize what's about to happen to him. So we'll probably see that happen now. You can see he's already gathering troops. In other words, DrAgOoN is basically trying to trick Anytime into making him look as though DrAgOoN is actually fast expanding, and then it's not. It's going to be a completely different build. That's why we don't see any drones at the expansion. And here come the Hydralisks now. They're moving in there. And here it is. Is Anytime ready? Fortunately for Anytime, He did make a lot of zealots. Looks like he may be able to hold up this attack. Nice probe zealot control here. Oh, DrAgOoN, this is not looking good for you. Anytime knows he can throw away a few probes here as long as he can buy some time to let the cannons build. Oh man, this totally failed. Oh my god, DrAgOoN, I'm sorry. Oh man, that sucks for you. This is gonna be over here pretty soon, I think. I just don't know what Zerg can possibly do now to recover. Wow, that's a lot of cannons. And with that being said, I think we might even see GG typed out here pretty soon. DrAgOoN has taken such a large risk early on, losing so many drones that what can you do, you know? And when I say losing drones, I mean he wasn't making drones; he was making attacking units. That's what I'm saying. So now we see that anytime he's going to counterattack with a few zealots and try to take out, or at least force Zerg to keep not making drones. And now he's going to back off, seeing that there's enough Zerglings and Hydralisks there to scare him away. And is he going to get this Overlord? No, anytime. What are you doing? He has been losing Corsairs this entire series. And wow, as you can see, Anytime's economy just in top shape. He's going to be running over DrAgOoN very soon here. I don't know. DrAgOoN is sticking with the Hydralisk combination. I mean, he's staying the course here. Will it work? I don't think so. Anytime knows all he has to do is get a few cannons up there, and in the long run, there's really no way that he can lose. And look at this. We might see one DT sneak into the base of DrAgOoN. Uh-oh. Solid Snake, Dark Templar on the way, moving in now. Here comes DrAgOoN's attack. Hell no, that is not going to work. There are more cannons than you have Hydralisks. And this is it. This is the killing bro. This is it. Good game. GG. Up,